Barry, welcome back to Raith TV. I'm wondering how training's been in this blistering heat of Kirkcaldy this week.
Yeah, it's been good. I think the boys have been really good. I think we've worked really hard over pre-season and we've tapered it down a little bit this week. Still been hard. The heat makes it that wee bit harder, but no, it's been a good week's training and really looking forward to the game tomorrow.
How are we in terms of the targets that you would set when you come into pre-season? You happy with where the boys are at?
Staying fit. That's the biggest thing. We've got to operate here with a small squad. We don't have the luxury of 23, 24 players, so we've got to be really mindful. Keeping players fit is an important thing. It's a tight group we've got in there, so that's been my most important thing. But they've also been worked hard. I'm sure some of them have thought that's one of the toughest pre-seasons that they've been involved in. But it's not a pre-season. It's old school running for the sake of running. It's been well thought out and planned and scientifically based. How it helps players get better and how you stay fit and how they can bring the best out of you in February, March time as well. That's been really important.
It was interesting listening to you speaking about that, about the kind of tapering effect for the start of the season, but also that you're putting in a load just now that's going to pay dividends later in the year.
Well, that's the hope, and the big thing for football players is to be robust. You need to get players to be robust. I think too many, when you hear of -1, -2s, and then before you know it, the players are not doing any work. So I've got my own way of doing things, my own way of working, and it's trying to make them robust. The training doesn't go on for 2 hours. It's quite intense and quite sharp, and we try and do our best to keep them as fit as we can.
How do you scout our opposition when geography is such a distance? It's a team from a lower league as well. How did you get prepared?
Yeah, it was difficult. It has been difficult. I know some people from up there. I actually know some of the players that came through at Aberdeen. I actually did manage to get 2 or 3 games, so I've been watching that. You can see that he plays with the back 3 sometimes, and they play with the back 4 sometimes. 3-4-3. You can see they've had different things. What they are going to do, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do. So what we've done is we've prepped for all eventualities, and we just need to be right in the game. We just need to bring a best version of ourselves, bring a speed, bring a counter pressure, playing the ball fast, being hungry, doing lots of sprinting, running, and we'll be a tough team to play against.
It's been 10 years since we've played up there. Only Ross Matthews continues from the starting 11 and the subs bench there, but Dylan played for Elgin against us. Tell us a wee bit about Ross Matthews. What do you see as his strengths?
Well, Ross he's a good type. He's a good. See, I call him a typical engine. That's why that's what he's like. He's like the engine the engine in there. He's so good on the counter press. He's good. He understands the game structurally. And then you get someone like Dylan Easton who can do more of the ball work. Roscoe's not that, but he does the other side, and that's why you've got to find a balance in a team to complement each other. Works hard every day, trains hard every day. I know he'd had some injury problems previously, but before that he was always fit. Now, a big thing for me with football players is being fit. I need players to be robust and fit. It can play through all sorts of, I'm not saying playing through silly injuries or anything like that, but they're always available because that's a big thing in football.
In terms of injuries and the journey back, Jack Hamilton said another week's training. How's he shaped up? Yeah, good. So we've got more sessions in Jack. I think since I've been in at the football club, especially our players at 21 and under, and some a bit more, they have to do minimum 5 pitch sessions per week. They have to do minimum 5 gym sessions as well. So Jack, and that's obviously the Kai Montagues and Wigabo and things like that. The other player who's got our attention is 3 goals in 3 pre-season games. Lewis Vaughan was just chatting to us there and now about the targets he set in pre-season. What's he like to work with?
Brilliant, good. another one we need to keep fit. He's had some horrific injuries, and for the strength of character to come back from them injuries, and what I want to do is be able to have Louis Vaughan available all season. And he's a bright footballer, and for me, 1,000,000% playing the top 6 in Scottish Premier League if it wasn't for his injuries. 100%. So to still be involved in the level he's at with the injuries he's had, great credit to him, but hopefully the training we're doing here is going to help him and get another few more years out of him yet, because he's still fit.
What about last week? You were saying that you had a recruitment session with your staff. I think it was maybe the Thursday or the Friday. Any progress on new additions and adding to the squad?
No, we're looking all the time, and it's quite hard. Obviously, there's hasn't been a lot of room to bring a lot in this summer. We've still had a lot of contracted players, which are good players. So the remit was to get them playing better, which we've done. We've added a couple, we've tried to take the age of the squad down. We've taken in Jay, we've taken in Richard, we've taken in Josh. So we're trying to take this age of the squad down. And we're doing it right, we're doing it proper, and it wasn't going to be a rip-up job and throw everything up. No, I don't want that unsettledness. I want us to try and add the right person at the right time. So yeah, we're still looking. There won't be loads of changes coming to the team. We're not going to have a big squad of 24 players or anything, so that's why it's so important that we train the way we train and we keep players fit. But if we get one or two, maybe, hopefully, we would like to do something, but obviously we're competing against teams who are paying some real serious money at the minute, so we have to try and recruit them in different ways and make the club come and enjoy it, and culture and the way we work will make you better. We can improve you no end if you want to go and move to the next level. We're trying to do the food well, the analysis well. Even apartments that we can put on for players, we try to do it well. Like yourselves meeting and taking people away for dinner, or we try and do it well, and it's a good club, and players enjoy it, and I think that's why Dylan Easton signed again as well. So we've all these things that we need to do and be the best at, obviously, because we can't compete at the other side.
As supporters, we tend to get used to kind of loan deals being looked at more towards the start of the league campaign. Is that a model that you work to as well, waiting to see what happens?
I just think, well, the way the loans work is the bigger teams will come back and they'll use all their loan players because they haven't got their players in it yet that they want. So when it starts to come towards the end of the window, they'll have got their players in that they need, and then they can start to free up their best loan players to go and get them playing. So that's why it always waits till the end of the window. A lot of the best ones become available. But a loan market is the market that we're looking in. It is. But I must say the board have been terrific so far in letting us recruit a couple of players, which we have. The board's been very good with that. So yeah, and listen, this club is never, and I wouldn't be here if this start throwing stupid money at things and see some of the monies that's getting offered. That just sets a trap down the road, and you start risking football clubs. So we don't do that, and we do it right here, and the board deserves a bit of credit for that. And John Potter and myself, we're working hard. We're trying to think outside the box. Rory, one of our board members, with the data. We've got 2 scouts in here that work really hard for us, and they're on it all the time. We're trying to use data for that as well. We're looking at different leagues, so we're trying to find different ways of getting players, and it's a lot of hard work, and they deserve credit for that, all of them, and even my staff in there as well. The amount I'm asking them to do, the amount of analysis that needs to be done every day, the amount of the setting up of the training pitches, the extra sessions that we've got to give to the younger players and a small staff. It's hard work, and they all buy into it and they all enjoy it, but it's the only way you can succeed.
Thanks for sharing that. That's really interesting for us as Raith Rovers supporters to get a kind of wider sense of what goes on behind the doors and what happens in the manager's office. Have you got a rallying call for us as we get ready for the journey up to Elgin?
No, enjoy the trip. I'm not sure it's a great trip, maybe I shouldn't say this, a great trip sitting in the heat in a bus. So hopefully we can score a few goals and put a good performance on, and they can maybe enjoy a cold beer before they jump on that bus. But listen, they've been great for me. They've been great since we've been here, and we need them again. And as I said, as a club, we're not going to achieve unless they're there. We can't achieve unless the fans are there, and they will be there for us, I'm sure.